Welcome back to Morning Sun Homestead. My name is Marianne, and today I'm going to teach you how to make your own potting soil. I'm a huge fan of gardening, and I know I am not alone. But with the many seedlings I use to start my garden, it could come with a very hefty price tag. The four ingredients I use in my do-it-yourself seed starting mix is sphagnum, peat moss, vermiculite, sand, and lime. I am using lime since I am using peat moss. When I started making my own do-it-yourself potting soil, I cut my seed starting price by 2/3. Originally, I had always used Pro Mix. It was readily available and quite inexpensive. But after the pandemic come along, it was harder to get, and this year it was almost $30 a bag. And I go through quite a few bags, so it was not feasible for us to buy. That's why we have decided to do our do-it-yourself own potting soil. Let's talk about what potting soil actually is. The most important thing to understand about potting soil is that it doesn't actually contain soil. Potting soil, also potting mix, is a soilless blend of unique ingredients used to grow plants. All good quality potting mixes, including homemade potting soil, has a few things in common. They are better drainage than the average garden soil. Potting soil is more lightweight than the garden soil, and it's easier to handle and has better consistency. Like commercial potting soil, you can make many different do-it-yourself potting soil blends, all matching the needs of your plants. Making your own potting soil allows you to better cater to the needs of your plants. The results are more stable and consistent, and you save a lot of money. The following do-it-yourself potting mix recipe is a combination of the ingredients I listed at the beginning. Sphagnum peat moss is the primary ingredient in most potting soils. A very stable material, peat takes a long time to break down, is widely available, and relatively inexpensive. It bulks up mixes without adding a lot of weight, and wet holds water fairly well. It is very low in nutrients and has an acidity pH, and that brings us to the lime. Lime helps balance the pH. This mineral that is mined from natural deposits is readily available and quite inexpensive, but it gives a good boost to our pH by bringing it down and letting our seedlings be able to grow. Without it, our seedlings would be killed because the pH would be just too high for them to be able to survive in our potting mix. We need the peat moss and we also need the lime. That brings us to the vermiculite. Vermiculite is a mined material that is conditioned by heating until it expands into light particles. Its purpose is to increase the drainage of potting soil mixes. Vermiculite also adds calcium, magnesium, and increases the mixture's water holding capability. Sand. Coarse sand improves drainage and adds weight to potting mixes. Mixes for succulent plants tend to have a higher percent of coarse sand in their composition to ensure ample drainage. But our seed starting mixture needs it too. This is going to be measured by using our quart jar because we need 4 quarts, which makes a gallon of many of these products. We're going to be able to put the recipe in the description below. I'm going to mix ours in a tote. It's going to be easier for me to get in to mix. I'm only mixing one batch because I need to plant onions, and that's what this batch is going to be used for. So I put my peat moss in, and then I put my vermiculite. On top of that, I'll put my limestone. I'm going to mix this very well. I don't want to add any sand until I get this mixed because the sand's going to make it coarse, and this sand is also just a little bit wet. So I'm going to go ahead and dump that in. And then I'm going to remix again. So that way everything is thoroughly mixed. Look how nice this soil looks. And this is our seed starting soil. It's going to be perfect. To mix larger volumes of homemade potting soil, use a cement mixer or a spinning compost tumbler. To make smaller quantities, blend the ingredients in a wheelbar or a mortar mixing tub or even a large bucket or a tote, just like we use. It really doesn't matter as long as you have something that you can get your arms in. You can make sure that you mix it well. That's the important. We want everything to be mixed so we have a consistency clear throughout. The most important thing after all this is to make sure that once everything is mixed thoroughly in a consistent manner is to being able to cover it. When making do-it-yourself potting soil, use the batch as quickly as possible, but if storage is necessary, place the mixture in a sealed plastic bag in a cool, dry spot. I'm going to put ours in the basement, but we're going to throw this lid on to keep it that way. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you viewing our channel, and you guys have a great, great day.